Good morning guys and welcome to another episode of Video Game News, the show bringing you the latest and the freshest from the world of video gaming about once every freaking month when I do this because I don't do this enough. I don't do this enough. Anyways, today we have a few stories to talk about, and by a few I mean 5 specifically. Some of them talk about consoles, some of them talk about games, and some of them talk about games that have not even come out yet. So get ready to hold on to something because these are going to be coming up quick. And let's start right from the top. Now there have been rumors going around, you know, up there and somewhere down there and maybe somewhere up there in front where you are. There have been rumors circling around about the next generation of consoles, or PlayStation 5 and Xbox whatever, the Xbox 2? Now to respond to this, EA CEO Andrew Wilson had a little bit to say, and amongst that, saying that the next generation of consoles might be a little bit further off than people would expect, but, quoting, "There are a few articles out there, a few rumors, and a little heresy as to what the new consoles are, and when they're coming out, and what they might be. I don't think we're in a position today to have a conversation about that. But just know that we've worked with Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo for many years, and we look forward to working with them for many years more, even if we all collectively seek to move either some portion of or all of our experience to the cloud." Now what you may or may not have caught in there is the word cloud. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in what they further said and further implied, it is clearly shown that they think that the next generation of consoles will be moving heavily towards streaming and by extension playing on other devices than just your console hooked up to your TV. Now to be fair, Microsoft has shown very recently their new Project xCloud, where they're basically aiming to allow you to play your games on any device with an Xbox One controller, whether it be your tablet or even your phone, for AAA titles that are being streamed from Microsoft servers. However, it does seem like they want to expand on this further in the eventual upcoming next generation and continue pushing this service forward. So hey, if you're out there and you've ever wanted to play your favorite AAA titles on your phone while at school not studying, hey, I guess the industry is moving in the right direction. Now moving on from that, we have a few small news from the world of EA DICE and Battlefield 5. Apparently, the microtransactions in that game are not going to be available from the get-go once the game releases. Now within the new upcoming Battlefield 5 game, there will apparently be several types of currency, some of which you can use to purchase cosmetics, and some of which you can use to purchase God knows what. But according to DICE, this will not be available at the start to be purchased by real-world money. To quote and get a bit more specific, balanced rock, paper, scissors gameplay has always been the foundation of the Battlefield series, and our belief is that real-world money should not enable pay-to-win or pay-for-power, DICE said. Now I think this is a reasonable approach to take, not only because they know they would have a huge amount of hate if the game was built anything like the Battlefront games upon release. However, at the same time, why include that option at all in a AAA release that is no doubt going to charge $60 at the lowest price tier and $70, $80 or God knows how many for all the digital deluxe stuff that you can buy as well. As far as purchasing cosmetic items at release, you will be able to buy the soldier cosmetics, your jackets, maybe hats, God knows what else. However, as far as vehicle upgrades go and vehicle customization, which has been promised, that will be released a bit later with the Tides of War update. Now obviously, I think all of this is going to come down to how it's implemented at the end. Let's be honest, microtransactions in AAA games have never been really great. However, if they have got to be there and you're already putting them in, at least make sure they're implemented properly and we're not looking at pay to win or pay to play or pay to power, how they say it, type of gameplay. And moving on from that, how far away is Elder Scrolls 6? Everyone's asking that question, maybe not everyone, but if you're not asking that question, well then clearly you're in the wrong place. Because a lot of people are interested to know when the hell is the next installment of the Elder Scrolls series coming out. Come on guys, it's been 7 years from Skyrim. At this year's E3, Bethesda did make the 2 surprise announcements showing not only Starfield, but also a very short teaser for the next Elder Scrolls, which got a lot of people riled up, thinking that the game must be right around the corner, maybe next year or maybe the one after. But apparently, and according to Bethesda and ZeniMax's employees, that is quite far from the truth. Quoting Matt Freer, the game director of ZeniMax Online Studios, "Easiest thing is look at how it was announced. It was Starfield and then Elder Scrolls 6. You can go back and count the years between Bethesda Game Studios releases and you'll get the idea that it is not coming anytime soon." On top of that, he added, "I don't even know what the world is going to be like when it comes out. There will be different console generation by then, I'm sure. Who knows, but I know we're free and clear for a long time." Now this was technically in response to asking about whether this world will be incorporated into Elder Scrolls or Online by then, but it is fairly clear at this point that it is far in the distant future, and answering any of those questions would simply be out of place right now. Furthermore, Pete Hines has gone on to specify that obviously the next Elder Scrolls will be very big, very ambitious, and it will be a great game. However, they simply announced it to answer some of people's expectations and to quench some of that thirst for the next Elder Scrolls, and to tell them that yes, technically they are working on it. However, it's not going to be this year Fallout 76, the next year Starfield, and the year after the Elder Scrolls 6. So wherever it is, according to Bethesda, it apparently seems to be far in the future, guys. So put down your controllers for now, because we're not getting it anytime soon. And next up, do you consider yourself a fan of Undertale? That one game made by Toby Fox? Well, you might just be in luck, because it was yesterday where some interesting messages started popping up on the official Undertale Twitter. Cryptic messages which, if strung together, create a story or monologue conversation, with messages such as "Have you been looking for me?" and "I have been looking for you," have started popping up on the Twitter, and later Toby asks people to wait 24 hours as he will release an update or give people some questions for feedback about his upcoming next title. Well, people have waited 24 hours, and the one thing that has showed up is a link which you can find on the Twitter right now that will take you to a downloadable file for his next game, which you can literally download and play for free right now. Now, from the very little bit that I've seen, because this has literally happened minutes ago, it does seem to be taking place in the Undertale universe. So if you're a fan of that game or the world that it takes place in, make sure to go to Toby Fox's, or actually official Undertale's Twitter right now, click on that link and download the file. I am 95% sure it's not a virus. And finally, as far as new releases go, I mean, you know it, I know it, those guys know it. It's been all over the internet, but a few days ago, Red Dead Redemption 2 has finally released, and we're starting to get some reviews flooding in. Apparently, it's absolutely amazing. One of the most immersive games people have ever played, with tons of fun activities and a lot of horseback riding, apparently. So if you own a console and you're a fan of the Red Dead Redemption series, or you just want to get your hands on a fantastic open world RPG game, make sure to get it, because why the hell not? And also, if you're a fan of the Spider-Man game for PlayStation 4, about a week ago, we got a release of the first of the 3 upcoming DLCs, The Heist, which puts you back into play with Catwoman and gives you some very interesting quests to go on about. So if you already own the game, absolutely no reason not to get it. But with that, I'm gonna wrap the video up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some interesting news stories out of this one. Obviously, there's a lot more happening. I simply picked the ones that I figured you guys would be the most interested in. I'm gonna wish you all a beautiful rest of the day, and I'm gonna see you in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.